Okay. Well, hello everyone. This is Sabik. This might be a bit unusual for you guys to see me on Thursday rather than being on Saturday. Well, this is our new timing from this time. So we would be showing up on a very, very chilly yet motivated and positive and energy surrounded kind of a Thursday. So today we have a person who is very, 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 very into the sector of composting bioenzymes. Yeah, she is Bindiya Kamboj, uh, a compost enthusiast with a heartfelt passion for the things that are green and sustainable. She is originally from Haryana and now currently resides in Greater Noida. Since she belonged from a farming family, her curiosity to explore the world of decomposition, soil enrichment, and environment grew further and further. And because of which she attended numerous amount of composting workshops, and now she herself conducts workshops on composting and bioenzymes itself. And apart from that, she is currently a part of the Knowledge Circle team of Bangalore based on NGO called SMART, which stands for Solid Waste Management Roundtable. She's also a member of an NGO called Bioenzyme Academy and WICCI, Women's India Chambers of Commerce and Industry. She very recently stepped into the sphere of social entrepreneurship with the launch of her website, which is www.soiltherapy.in. This particular website is actually a platform. She aims to foster a deep understanding of composting among students, teachers, groups, and communities. She believes that composting is a way which contributes to a healthier and more harmonious world. So, ma'am, welcome again. Thank you very much for joining us today, and I hope this is going to be a very fruitful session. So, firstly, I would like to ask this very, very simple question that um, what exactly is composting is, because let's start with the basics. That's how we would be able to build up the momentum slowly and gradually. So ma'am, what
Yes,
exactly composting is, and what are the positive impacts of environment on the of composting actually? So yeah.
Mhm. Thank you so much, Sadiq, and Anna team, first of all, to having me on this platform. So, let me know you the basics. All of you must have heard about this term compost and bioenzymes. We'll take both of these terms together because they both are a part of each other. So, whenever we are making compost and whenever we are making bioenzyme, they both are interrelated. Now, gradually, when we talk about it, you will come to know how they are interrelated. So, first of all, what is compost? Compost is generally we can say it is a humus kind of texture having all the nutrients that are required for plants, and it is made from. It can be made from cow dung or worms, or you can make it out of dry leaves, or and especially the vegetable peels that we throw out. So these peels, they have come from earth. Actually, where it is grown on the fields, whatever the fields that you eat after having something like mango or any kind of thing, the leftover peels or seeds or whatever you have after eating those things. So you have those peels, they have the source is earth, or you can say soil is the source, and it should go back to soil itself. So we can say composting is recycling of the biodegradable waste that has come from earth. It should go back to earth, right? So, but in nowadays, I'll take a few topics also, like
Absolutely.
yeah. So what happens today is what we are doing. We are throwing it as a waste. We consider it as a waste because we have eaten the pulp or whatever, and after that it's of no use for us. But in the broad sense, if we take, it should go back to soil itself. Now, how to give it back to soil? It is quite many people think it is very difficult to make out composting and to manage everything, and where to start from, because everyone we see that they tie up their waste in a black packet and they just give it to the waste picker. They
Yeah.
don't want to see it even. So, but we should feel that it is a resource, not a source, but it is a resource also. Though it has come from Earth, but it is not going back to Earth. It is going somewhere else and trapping inside the landfill, or but wherever it goes, just track it out. Just track it out the area where you live. Where is your garbage going up? It is just a kind of audit, you can say. If one can realize this thing, if your garbage is going, it is ending up in landfill. That black bag is ending up in somewhere in rivers, nalas, or no rivers are left nowadays. Everything is polluted. So I can say in the drainage system and everywhere there is blockage. In rainy season also, we see that it is overflowing the drainage system, or we can say the it got clogged somewhere. So we have to apply a bit of our mindfulness towards this thing, that what we are heading to. So moving back to the topic, like what is compost? It is like giving back to soil in a broad sense, or recycling the waste. And this question is like, why should I do it? Because I am not responsible for okay, I am responsible for creating waste, but what are municipalities and what else is our arrangements for handling waste that are not properly done? So that's why there are mountains of garbage. It is the clear indicator that that our system is failing to cope up with this waste thing, that we consider it waste, but it is not waste. So what I want to say is that you just do a audit at your house, that what are you consuming and what is it there in your dustbin. So when we say that we have to segregate it, when we need to know that what waste is actually, and before that, if we segregate, अगर आपका is it okay to be in to speak in Hindi also? I think so. It is okay. हाँ,
Absolutely.
okay,
Absolutely.
fine. हाँ, अगर हम अपने डस्टबिन को देखेंगे, इफ वी सी डस्टबिन, उसमें देखेंगे कि अगर आपको अलग अलग करने के लिए कहेंगे, डोंट ट्राई इट, बिकॉज वी शुड नो वी हैव टू कीप इट सेपरेट. वेजिटेबल पील्स आप सेपरेट रखिए, आप
Yeah.
उसका कंपोस्ट बनाइए. टेक इट एज अ चैलेंज फॉर 1 week or 2 weeks. Like every challenge that we take, we go to Mount Everest or wherever we have
Yeah.
few challenges. Some people take bath in very cold water, or different challenges. Some people take challenges to eat this much amount of samosas, or like that we can take it as a challenge, like. And we observe that there is a considerable amount of waste that can be recycled at home. So 60% of the waste is that is generated is organic waste that we throw out in our dustbin. When we see our dustbins, and when we do the audit कि हमारे dustbin में क्या है, अगर हमें उसे अलग करना है. So we need not to mix it and then separate it. We should know what actually is our waste. Basically, in broad sense, we take wet and dry. Wet is what? That is plant produce. Plant means simply the things that we are getting from trees. The basic source of them is trees. Any peels or anything, seeds, stuff like that. And another dry is that get it from the grocery stores. Like if you take a poly bag or whatever, plastics or milk covers, and everything comes in dry. And that to which one more thing, plant means this is the plant produce in one hand, and plant talk about factory, that is produced in factory.
Yeah.
The plant produce should go back to the plant source, that is soil, and this plant where the your grocery gets packed or whatever, the packaging types of things are there, so it should go back to that recycling plant. So we can say that both are getting mixed nowadays. This is the common scenario, and they are getting dumped in somewhere in landfill. So this two should be separated out. And this wet waste is 60% of the waste that we generate. It is the case studies that has been done before framing up the SWM rules. It is not that I am saying or anyone else is saying. If you do the waste audit of your house, you will find that more than 60% of the waste we generate is the vegetable and fruit peels. So wet waste. And it is in our hands. Nobody's going to take the responsibility of it. We have to take it. So we can make the compost out of it. Not because that I just want to learn. It is because now slowly it has become a part of everyone's life, just who starts it. When you smell the end product, if you have seen it or you have smelled it and you have seen the texture, you hold it in your hands, it is quite therapeutic for you. There are living organisms into it, and it beautifully grows. You can see seedlings coming out of it, sproutings are there. So your soil, if you give back to soil, and you can get bounties. So this is the whole structure I have explained,
Yeah,
like what compost is actually, and
yeah,
why we should, go ahead with this term.
absolutely. Thank you very much. It has become a very poetic in nature, how you have used the analogy of siblings. I mean,
Oh,
I haven't मैंने इसके बारे में नहीं सोचा था कि we can use it in this kind of terms, but yeah, it's really amazing how you have explained about this term, particularly composting. तो अभी मुझे और एक बात पूछना था कि I'll give you an example from my own life, what actually
okay,
happened to me when I tried composting at my home. So क्या हो
okay.
गया था, back in Assam, which is my native place, I
Mm-hmm.
was trying to make compost. I was trying to make compost, but I was not really aware of the nitty gritties of composting. In that
Okay.
instance, what happened? I was trying to make compost, and I did not follow the rule of the greens and the browns. So जब
Mm-hmm.
जो भी मिला था मैंने सब एक करके जो एक बकेट में रख दिया था, and that
Mm-hmm.
I kept it for around a week. वो कंपोस्ट की तरह ब्राउन तो हो गया था लेकिन इट स्टार्टेड स्मेलिंग अ लॉट एंड इट द एंटायर the substance, it was really wet. So I tried to suck out all the water, black water, which I thought was very much it is beneficial for the plants, but it smelled
Okay.
so bad. I got a lot of scolding from my parents, specifically my dad. And so this is, I think this is a very common experience for the people who are trying, who are very new to the composting journey. So अगर आप इसके बारे में थोड़ा बता सकते हैं कि how we can you know incorporate the idea of composting in a way that does not smell or that does not lead to a wetty composting substance. So yeah,
Yeah, I was expecting this very question. I am really very hopeful that I will explain everything about it.
yeah, yeah,
And this is a very common question that everyone asks before a session or wherever I go and
yeah.
ask about composting. This is a very, very common question. And people are just scared out of it that so many worms are there and मुझे नहीं करना है, इसमें स्मेल होता है, बदबू क्यों हो रहा है, सब घर में बोलते हैं कि ये क्या हो गया है. So this is not only you that I told you in the beginning.
All right.
It is everyone's questions, those who are starting it. Now, we need to understand the answers are there in the nature itself.
Okay.
Whenever you see, have you seen mountains? In Northeast, there are mountains, garlands of
Yeah, yeah.
mountains, and
Mhm.
in northern part of India also is there. So nobody goes there to water those trees. Does anyone go there?
No, absolutely.
No. They are lush green.
Yeah.
And if you have seen a forest also, there are also lush trees. Why they are so? So we have to replicate that model, replicate that scenario into our, urban culture. So how we are going to replicate it? Just think, whatever there is in a tree, where if a tree is there in a forest, everything falls on the ground. Maybe the fruits or the animals over there litter also, and that leaves, dry leaves, everything is falling down, and many organisms works on that. It is a kind of www, World Wide Web, over the floors of
Yeah.
this thing, forest or mountains or wherever human approach is not there.
Mm-hmm.
So my answer is just replicate, just think over it. This is the answer to your problem. That is, humus is spread over the top soil over that
Yeah.
mountains or forests. That's why they are lush green. So in a similar way, we can compost, but whenever you are going to start it, don't start in a plastic bucket.
All right.
Okay, don't
Yeah.
ever start. Once you can, get the catch hold of everything, you can go ahead with the plastic one later on. But once you are
Yeah.
going to start it, you start with the mud. Take the mud pot, simple pot, a 12-inch pot you can take with the wide mount. 12 इंच का जो गमला सिंपल होता है हमारा,
Hmm.
वो ले लीजिए
All
और
right.
उसको लेयर आउट करिए ब्राउन से और ग्रीन से. बिकॉज जो हमारा मड वाला पॉट है, टेराकोटा पॉट है, उसके अंदर बहुत ही स्मॉल स्मॉल पोर्स होते हैं सो दैट एयर कैन फ्लो. सो वहां पे जब आपका जो फॉरेस्ट में क्या होता है, वहां पे भी एरेशन होता रहता है. It
Mhm.
won't turn out smelly. Have
Yeah.
you ever seen, have you ever felt that this is a mountain, I am feeling very smell? No, it's
Yeah.
because aeration is quite well there. And in the same way, if we are starting up in a terracotta pot, same way you can layer out with browns and your peels, and you just fill it up. Maybe it depends upon how much of the vegetables that you consume, but it will fill up soon. Like you can, when you are starting your composting journey, just take 3 pots at least.
Okay.
Okay. For 2 3 days, one pot will definitely get filled up if you are cooking at least 2 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends of how much you cook and how what are your ingredients into it.
Yeah.
And ingredients in the sense, vegetable peels. Are
All right.
they fruit peels like citrus peels or whatever? For citrus, we have the solution for enzymes, bioenzymes.
Mm-hmm.
We can prepare it for making out bioenzymes for cleaning purpose in our houses. Nowadays, we want to clean everything. हमारा घर चमकना चाहिए बहुत. We need so much of cleaners these days. Collins, हाँ, floor cleaner separate होगा, Harpic अलग से होगा. We have grocery list में हमारा सबसे ज्यादा जो item होगा वो भी cleaning का ही होगा, right? So citrus is having different property. You can make out vegetable peels का भी आप bioenzyme बना सकते हैं. There is no issue.
Mm-hmm.
But particularly where we want to use it, you should think of it because citrus is a good cleaning agent. We can make out bioenzyme out of it. Now coming back to composting. Now we have to layer it out in the urban scenario. We can
Mm-hmm.
take 2 or 3 pots when you are going to start it,
Mm-hmm.
and you just layer out with the browns first of all at the bottom. And browns can be dry leaves. Crushed dry leaves means crunchy should be, they should be crunchy. This kind of when you squeeze it, you should hear the sound of kadkad. कड़क होने चाहिए. Hmm?
All right.
Or else you can, what you can do all around the year, you can't have so much of kadkad sound or this kind of texture of the leaves. During the falling season, in the month of March or here in North India, you can collect it and you can put it in a bori or bora, and you just crush it out with your hands, or you can jog it upon, and you thereafter you can utilize it for the whole year after that. And or else, if you don't have availability of leaves, you can use cocoa peat.
All right.
Cocoa peat you might have heard of. This is the you know this nariyal ka burada. It seems that coconut, green coconut, it crushed up in the machines. There are particular vendors who prepare this cocoa peat, and they form a brick. And when you soak it in water, it just absorbs moisture and it will expand. So in urban scenario, you have to browns का इंतजाम करना बहुत जरूरी है. That's what I want to say. और सबसे सस्ता जो आइटम हो सकता है इसमें, वो है आपका जो बुरादा होता है. सिंपल आपका लकड़ का बुरादा होता है,
Yeah.
टिम्बर वाला जो शॉप होता है, ये व्हाट वी कॉल आरा मशीन.
Ah.
आरा मशीन से जो मिलता है, वहां से आपका जो बुरादा होता है लकड़ वाला. डोंट टेक दैट फर्नीचर वाला burrata because it is a processed wood. They are making out burrata from this cardboards. These
Okay.
are sorry, not cardboards. This boards, ply boards or
Yeah.
boards simply. They are processed wood.
Mm-hmm.
So we need raw ones so that we can get easily for 5 to 10 rupees a kg. And you can, whenever you go somewhere, you can find it easily because trees are cut nowadays like recklessly to have the development. So you can collect it in a bora and keep it with you. सबसे सस्ता इंतजाम ये है. Otherwise, you can order it online or Amazon or any vendor. You can select. It's your choice if you want to buy the coco peat. So you have to arrange for browns, and then you have peels already at home
Yeah.
and a container. कंटेनर यू स्टार्ट विद द मड पॉट और मड पॉट में आपको लेयर आउट नीचे ब्राउन से करना है फिर अगेन विद पील्स एंड लाइकवाइज जैसा आपका निकलता जाए किचन से फिल इट अप बस थोड़ा सा स्पेस रखना है टू टर्न इट अराउंड
Mm-hmm.
after filling it up, you just sprinkle something on it, say भी water और कुछ भी डालना है, कर्ड डालना है और थोड़ा अगर काउडंग मिले if you are not freak out if you do not freak out with the smell of cow dung or anything because nowadays people have so many issues with the
Yeah.
and our ancient things.
Yeah.
So you can get dry cow dung also these days online and you just soak it on water and after 15 days you can put it on into that your compost. What
Okay.
happens if you put the wet cow dung? There are microbes. You have to just put a handful of it. Don't put whole cow dung into that pot, big pot. See the size of the pot. If it is a 12-inch pot, just 3 or 4 tablespoons are enough for it. Just make out a slurry, mix it with water, and then just put it into the that compost bin, that particular pot that you have made out of it. Then microbes will colonize itself. They will you will see that after a few days that your leaves are turning out to be dark brown and then black, and slowly they are changing the texture because the microbes into it are eating it and then forming up the matter that has to be formed to be uh, acting as a soil amendment. So compost is actually a soil amendment. So we have to make it in such a way that its texture should be like this. I have this. I can show. जब तक इसका ऐसा टेक्सचर नहीं आएगा,
Yeah.
हाँ,
सूखा
it
हो
is
जाना
not
चाहिए. Mm.
सूखा नहीं. You have to maintain this balance of greens and browns such that you
Yeah.
don't overwater it
Yeah.
and you don't over dry it so that something microorganisms mechanism is not happening. Don't make it too dry that something should happen into it. Leaves should turn black and itna moisture दीजिए, you will get the catch hold of everything once you prepare the first batch. Right. So you have to prepare it. You can prepare with any kind of, this thing, any peels. But especially for citrus peels, I would recommend to prepare bioenzyme. And it is that much easy. So wait, I have to complete the compost part
Yeah.
because we have to cover it up once it is full. The pot is full. You have to cover it with any lid that you have, maybe a old plate or just you have to cover it. And if something like maggots or you see some kidas into it, don't freak out because they are a part of this cycle. They will come and fly away and they won't create a mess. It will help in composting. If the flies and everything comes up, it means you are going right. This is
Yeah.
a good sign that you are. It should not smell at all, and it won't smell at all. Many people visit my home and they just say, "Oh, यहाँ तो खाद बनता है." Like it may be smelly in a house. No, nothing like. Maids वगैरह को या किसी को पता भी नहीं होता कि यहाँ पे खाद भी बनता है. It is damn easy to prepare in terracotta. Now, where to keep it? You have to keep it below a chhajja. Don't direct rain is not recommended. और डायरेक्ट रेन तो नहीं पड़ना चाहिए. सनलाइट पड़े पड़ जाए बट यू हैव टू मेंटेन द मॉइस्चर इन समर्स. Direct rain के लिए it will be difficult because the terracotta absorbs rains and it can create a mess again because it will get too wet to manage the compost. So this was all about know-how about how you can start it. So yes, over to you.
Particular experience that I came across. क्या हुआ था? We were trying to, you know, we were trying to create a composting bin in a particular school. So जब वहां पर हम लोग वो कर रहे थे, तो बहुत सारे जो मिड डे मील प्रोग्राम के खाना होता है, कभी कभी वेस्ट हो जाता है थोड़ा सा. So we used to dump it into the composting pit. And once we did that, we tried to make sure that we follow the rule of this particular greens and browns. But
Mm-hmm.
even after we follow the rule of the greens and browns, when
Hmm.
we try to mix it up with the help of any kind of कड़छी हो गया या फिर जिससे भी हम लोग जब इसको मिक्स करने की कोशिश करते थे, बहुत ज्यादा गर्म होता था. आई स्टिल रिमेम्बर आई बर्न माई फिंगर. So why does it in during the process ये इतना गर्म क्यों होता है? And is there some kind of precaution that we need to take while we are going through the
Actually,
cycle and look forward कि जब हमें अगर मतलब हाथ जल नहीं जाए ऐसे वगैरह वगैरह.
मे बी वो समर्स में आपने देखा होगा, हाथ लगाया होगा।
Yeah.
समर्स था तब टाइम, हाँ। तो एक्चुअली होता क्या है, जब आप कंपोस्टिंग करते हैं, इवन टेराकोटा में भी मॉइस्चर फर्स्ट स्टेप होता है, आपका फर्मेंट होगा ही होगा।
Okay.
कोई भी चीज आप अगर ऐसे खुले में डाल देंगे ना, कुछ भी खुले
Mm-hmm.
में भी डाल दें, तो उसका प्रोसेस है, लाइफ प्रोसेस है। कोई भी
Mm-hmm.
छिलका अगर आप ऐसे डालेंगे, वो पहले फर्मेंट होगा।
Mm-hmm.
कुछ भी डालेंगे वो फर्मेंट होगा। फर्मेंटेशन क्या होता है, एक फंगस आ जाता है, उस पर लेयर आउट हो जाता है, स्मॉल स्मॉल माइक्रोब्स एयर में होते हैं, हमें
Mm-hmm.
मालूम नहीं होता। तो वो पर्टिकुलर उसको फूड को खाने के लिए आते हैं, दे विल फीड ओवर इट। But because you said that you have put cooked food inside it,
Yeah.
because I said you have to replicate the model of that forest or mountain whenever you are composting.
Uh-huh.
Any human intervention will definitely, make it smelly. Some
Yeah.
kind of problem will always there. So you have to keep in mind, whenever you are starting, don't put cooked food into it. When you
All
are
right.
starting it, once you are done with the first batch and you are ready with the process, so okay, now 45 days it will take or 40 days it will take, but it has been done in 30 days or whatever. जब आप पिट में कर रहे हैं, पिट में आपका कंट्रोल नहीं है, ऊपर से आपने कुक फूड डाला है उसमें, तो डेफिनेटली वो फर्मेंट होगा, और वो एक पिट में होगा, अंदर होगा, क्या उसका ऑर्गेन मैकेनिज्म चल रहा है, यू कांट हैव एनी आइडिया ऑफ इट। आप मॉनिटर नहीं कर सकते उसको उसमें।
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you are doing it, you just take out a stick or a rake when you are turning it. When you are putting cooked food, definitely you need a stick to turn it, and you need to add more browns into it.
All right.
Crushed dry leaves, yeah. So that's where we can maintain the balance.
Mm-hmm.
फर्मेंटेड पार्ट जब ज्यादा होता है, तो देर इज ऑब्वियस अ थिंग कि आपका टेम्परेचर राइज होगा ही होगा, that too which in summers. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe that can be the cause for you can get a burn or something, this kind of thing you can bear. But it is okay, like if you are putting only peels or
Yeah.
simple things into it,
Yeah.
biodegradable matter, then it is okay. Hmm.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much for clearing my doubts about composting. So now I would like to focus on bioenzyme. तो what is exactly bioenzyme? ये क्या ऐसा चमत्कारी दवाई है जो it has trying to replace choline, the so-called choline, which has been part of our household for so long. तो
Hmm.
ये bioenzyme क्या होता है and how it will solve the waste crisis that we have been facing for so long. Waste crisis in the sense कि you know how choline is first of all is a chemical mixture. बहुत सारे harmful chemical एक साथ आते हैं और दूसरी बार वो it comes in a packaging of a plastic bottle which is also harmful.
Okay.
So how
Yeah.
does it solve the composting problem as well? So yeah, sorry, waste problem. Yeah.
Waste problem, and it solves a composting problem also.
Yeah. Exactly.
How? Yeah. Actually, this is basically bioenzyme. Making out bioenzyme is like you can make out of citrus fruits or citrus. We don't recommend fruits, but we have so much of waste. When you are starting, when you take a challenge, like first of all, when you start doing it and take it as a challenge for 1 week or 2 weeks, that I want to don't want my single peel out of my house. Say for 1 week or 2 weeks, you can take this challenge,
Mm.
right? Or you can say 2 pots challenge, like you have to fill these 2 pots with the compost or make out compost in these 2 pots. And you will see that there is a reduction in waste. And when you see that you don't want to send it outside because it will contribute somehow to the landfill or that mess anywhere else, it can be in the drainage or whatever. So when you take this is the next step that you can take, that I don't want to throw a single peel out of my house. Then you have to understand that your peels are of which variety and where they can be utilized. Particularly the citrus peels, ऑरेंज का छिलका है या कोई कीनू का है या मौसम्बी का है, they are a good source of, they have the cleaning agent property. Like
Mhm.
हमारा जो एड आता है विम का आता है या कोई भी क्लीनिंग का लॉन्ड्री का आता है, तो उसमें 10 नींबुओं की शक्ति, दिस
Yeah.
टाइप ऑफ थिंग इज डन इन मार्केटिंग, बट nobody is knowing that nimbu itself is can be used as naturally. So how
Yeah.
it can, we can prepare the liquid, we can
Mhm.
take the ratio of 1:3:10. So
Got
it
it.
is very easy to prepare, and not only easy, but it is economically very, you just have to pay for good good or shakkar you have to take as
Okay.
an ingredient. बाकी
Mhm.
सब फ्री है, पानी भी फ्री है, tap water we can use, and then peels are also in abundance, citrus peels. So 1 part of jaggery, 3 parts of citrus peels, and 10 parts of water.
Okay.
So, if you are taking a Pepsi bottle like this,
Mhm.
I am having this as an example.
All
This
right.
is a Pepsi bottle. You can upcycle it if you
Mhm.
have, uh, you know, got it from somewhere, or you
Yeah.
have it at home also. You can prepare it as a sample, I can
Yeah.
say. Thereafter, you can, like compost, you can make out a special drum for it, because once you are using this liquid, and you will find that it is much better than column. And then you won't spare any household thing to get it replaced with any detergent or laundry or whatever. You will definitely prepare it in bulk. Then you have to take the drum for that. Anyhow, you have to take this kind of bottle, and you can put the ingredients. You can chop, or you can just make bit of the orange peels, and you just put it into it. So 300 grams of orange peels you should have, and
Yeah.
it's better to measure it on some scale. Get it measured out at some grocery store where they have the weighing scale, or you can, अंदाजे से भी आप डाल सकते हैं, but after few cycles, because initially if something went wrong, it can smell out also. In the same way that like compost, I say. So the measurement is more important. So 100 grams of jaggery, you have to take 300 grams of peels, and 10 times of the water, that jaggery means 1 liter of water, 1000 ml of water, or 1 liter of water. So that we have to measure and put it into this. And for first few days, like for 7 days or 1 week, we have to, release the gases from this, uh, because it actually is, this is fermenting. This is the fermentation process, and we are fermenting it, and we are releasing the gases will form here. And better to use a plastic bottle until or unless you are consuming that bioenzyme, because people, they do prefer consuming it also
Yeah.
somehow.
Mhm.
Yeah, say apple vinegar, or they can prepare sweet bioenzymes also to
Mm.
consume. So coming back to the topic, you have to release the gases, and afterwards, once it is, slowly settling it up, and you can, uh, you find that the gases are very much less in now, and you
Yeah.
can just keep it for few days. You have to just keep it on your kitchen slab to release the gases, if you are using this kind of container. Otherwise, you can use simple dabba also, like this.
Okay.
Any
Mhm.
grocery shop you can get it, because this will be easy, but it may develop fungus over it,
Okay. Got
and
it.
the smell part is more there. So you can use either of these, containers, whatever is convenient to you. But I'll prefer this one because they are in abundance.
Yeah.
You can get it from any marriage function or wherever there is
Yeah.
a party or whatever. So they are in abundance, and that is for it is non, ये एक बार अगर पृथ्वी पे आ गया पेप्सी या कोला बन के, it will remain forever on earth. So better to
Yeah.
upcycle these items, and we can prepare bioenzyme into it. And after, it can ready it for the first batch if we are preparing without, a catalyst, or you don't have the bioenzyme before. So it will take 3 months to settle out the peels. These peels are settled down. It means it is ready. The clear liquid
Right.
is there. You can see in the screen. It means this can be strained out and used as an alternative for calling. You can dilute it with the water 50 to 50, and you can use it in spraying your, cleaning your glass windows or tabletops, kitchen tops. And it is a wonderful cleaner. वो जो ऐप देते हैं विम की शक्ति, ये शक्ति, वो शक्ति, उससे भी ज्यादा अच्छे से ये क्लीन करता है. एंड फ्रेग्रेंस इज, इट इज समथिंग डिवाइन फ्रेग्रेंस इट हैज.
Right.
You don't feel, squeezing out or sorry, sneezing out, and you don't feel annoyed or allergy kind of thing when you are, otherwise, in case of pollen or any other chemical, harsh chemical things, you have to bear it. You have
Yeah.
to bear the smell also. Here you will get the citrus smell when you are cleaning your fridge indoors or the wardrobes, or in kitchen. इनफैक्ट यू कैन यूज इट इन किचन के जो छलने होते हैं उसमें से बहुत ही मतलब ऐसा लगता है कि रूम फ्रेशनर लगाया जिस दिन आपने छलने धोए होते हैं किचन में, या फिर
Yeah.
किचन का साफ किया होता है, किचन टॉप का वो जो चिमनी होता है वो साफ किया होता है, एज इफ रूम फ्रेशनर का थोड़ा फील आता है. सेम इज द केस विद विंडो पेन्स,
Mm-hmm.
जैसे आपका ये लॉन्ड्री में भी ये यूज हो सकता है.
Mm-hmm.
लॉन्ड्री में आपका सर्फ का खर्चा भी बच सकता है अगर आप इसको बल्क में बना रहे हैं.
सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट बट अभी जब जब आपने बोला कि लॉन्ड्री में यूज किया जा सकता है, कि बहुत लोगों का ये कंसेप्शन होता है कि अगर हम इसको लॉन्ड्री में यूज करेंगे तो स्टेन आ सकता है. यू मीन आई मीन दाग लग सकता है, ऐसा कुछ होता है या फिर इज इट जस्ट अ
एक्चुअली
मिसकंसेप्शन?
स्टेन वो होता है, जैसे आप, डिपेंड करता है आपका जो गुड़ का है, गुड़ का
हम्म.
क्वालिटी क्या है.
राइट.
जनरली आजकल गुड़ आ रहे हैं वो कलर वाले आ रहे हैं, लेट मी टेल यू. वो
हम्म.
कलर डालते हैं, और वो उसमें वो लोगों का ये मिसकंसेप्शन है कि वो कलर वो बायोएंजाइम की वजह से आया है. वो जो उन्होंने इंग्रेडिएंट यूज करा है उसकी वजह से आया है. मतलब जो आपका मैंने कहा ना, अगर कुछ भी ह्यूमन इंटरवेंशन होगा द नेचुरल थिंग विल डिस्टर्ब.
या
प्रॉब्लम
एब्सोल्युटली.
कहाँ है कि जहाँ ह्यूमन इंटरवेंशन होगा. जहाँ ह्यूमन इंटरवेंशन कम होगा, देन यू गेट टू नो कि हाँ, इट इज, यू हैव टू थिंक बिफोर यू बाय द गुड. I don't say that quality of the good should be high. It should not get, it should not be, colored one or something processed with colors. You can easily recognize it, which is the natural one and which is the colored one. So this is a misconception according to me, because I have used it for white cloths also. There is nothing like stains or anything. Yes, we can say for hard stains you have to, for collar, or when in summers your collars, t-shirt collars, or this,
राइट. राइट.
school dress
एब्सोल्युटली.
collars,
या.
right? They have this particular, line over there. For that you have to scrub it. Even in
ऑलराइट.
surf, in case of Surf Excel or any Tide or anything XYZ marketing, what they say, they just, comfort bhi hai or clean bhi hai.
हाँ
Nothing
हाँ.
like that. You have to rub it off. That's
या.
it. And it's better to dip it in warm water, or, hot water before you wash your white clothes. So
ऑलराइट.
better, you should get, hands on to it before, having this misconception कि ये ऐसा हो जाएगा वैसा हो जाएगा. You can try it basically from floor cleaners. You try it from floor cleaners. Make it an alternative for your phenyl जो आप घर पे लेते हैं. उसका एक कितना अच्छा अल्टरनेटिव है, आपके घर में मच्छर आने कम हो जाते हैं. मैं ये नहीं कहती स्टॉप हो जाएंगे. दे विल डाई ऑफ इजिली, बिकॉज उनका साइकिल होता है मच्छरों का भी कुछ. वो धीरे धीरे उनका साइकिल जो है रिड्यूस होगा, तो वो आएंगे भी तो वो जल्दी मर जाएंगे. इतना उनका वो इसका इफेक्ट है. दैट इज माई पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस.
ऑलराइट.
और इसके साथ साथ आप इसको लॉन्ड्री में तो कर ही सकते हैं, इसको डिश वॉशिंग के लिए भी कर सकते हैं. आप डिश वॉशिंग का इसमें कैसे है फिर? वही है, लोगों को थोड़ा सा झाग का रहता है कि झाग नहीं आएंगे. यू कैन यूज सोपनट बेस्ड बायोएंजाइम. You can use soapnut bioenzyme itself. You can make out of soapnuts. You might have heard this. Soapnuts को क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में? It is रीठा.
Okay, yeah, Ridha.
हाँ. So you can use that also.
Mhm.
So with the help of that, you can scrub it off and clean your utensils. If you are comfortable कि हाँ मुझे काम करना है, मुझे clean करने हैं अपने utensils, nothing like झाग वाग से मुझे कोई मतलब नहीं है, you can clean it. Otherwise, you can put it in a dishwasher also
Yeah,
instead of those harsh chemicals that we are and that are expensive too. Because dishwashers के जो chemicals आते हैं वो बहुत ही expensive होते हैं. Not like normal Vim और वो सब नहीं चलता उसमें.
yeah.
You have to put some different chemicals that they provide. So you can use it as an alternative for your machine or maybe laundry machine or utensil machine, or you can wash it with your hands. If you are comfortable without jhaag cleaning, you can do anything. You can use it as shampoo, and there are ample number of uses. You can name anyone. I'll tell you, it can be used in, when we buy vegetables from
Actually,
shop.
that's the question. So, what is the scope of usage of bioenzymes? कि हम लोग कहाँ कहाँ bioenzyme को use कर सकते हैं practically? जैसे आपने बता दिया कि we can use it for washing clothes, we can use it for washing utensils. Beyond this, it could be also used for washing floors. I mean, mopping the floor. So,
Yeah.
उसके अलावा हम क्या और क्या कर सकते हैं? जैसे हमारे घर के और कौन कौन काम में यूज कर सकते हैं? हम
हाँ
इसको
आपको
शैम्पू के
ये,
हिसाब से कैसे यूज किया जा सकता है?
हाँ, शैम्पू भी यूज करा जा सकता है और ये बहुत अच्छा इलाज है डैंड्रफ का. लेट मी टेल
ओके,
यू.
ऑलराइट, दैट्स अ
हाँ.
गुड थिंग।
और ये है कि आपको झाग नहीं बनाएगा ये. लेट मी क्लियर यू कि हमें आदत है कि हम जितना झाग बनेंगे उतने हमारे स्कैल्प क्लीन होगी. बट ये स्कैल्प क्लीन करने में बहुत अच्छा है. स्किन टोनर है, स्कैल्प भी अच्छे से टोन करता है उसी हिसाब से. यू हैव टू डाइल्यूट इट बिकॉज everybody's skin tone and texture is different. So I can't say if it works for 50-50 for me. Like you have to do a patch test before. So you dilute it whenever you use it. Slowly you just feel if you feel itchiness, you can dilute it more. If you are comfortable with it, then go ahead with it. बिकॉज आप एक बार वॉश करेंगे, उसके बाद आपको फील होगा कि भाई हाँ मेरे स्किन जो है वो अब उस पे डैंड्रफ नहीं आया. बिकॉज इट इज योर पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस एंड इट वर्क्स एज अ स्किन टोनर ऑल्सो. In case you have skin problems, you can use it in that way. It is basically a vinegar when you
ओके,
make it out. So it is just an alternative for any. Yeah, you can use it in bathing also. Instead of Dettol, you put one dhakkan into your bucket, and it is doing the work for your antibiotic activities. They say that 100% 99.99 germs killing hota hai.
या
Not only this, it will it will clear out the anything impurities in water, but also it when it drains out from your you know sewage pipes, so it cleans up there also. 1 ml of this bioenzyme purifies 1 liter of water. So 1:1,000 ratio, it is purifying it. So it makes sense, and it's a big deal if every household is using this kind of enzymes for at least mopping only. Then this chalk formation in Yamuna River and everything mess you see, it won't be there. So these are the uses that we are using it, and that I can say there are ample number of people are using in natural soaps also,
या
and many more things. People are using this bioenzyme. So
तो
you name anyone here.
टॉकिंग अबाउट बिजनेस पर्सपेक्टिव, अगर मैं थोड़ा सा बिजनेस के पर्सपेक्टिव से देखूं या फिर एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के पर्सपेक्टिव से देखूं, सो व्हाट इज द स्केल कि अभी मार्केट में देयर आर लॉट ऑफ केमिकल बेस्ड सॉल्यूशंस, कॉलिन हो गया, सल्फेक्स हो गया, वगैरह वगैरह. So can this
Mhm.
product compete with the other, things that are available in the market? अगर हम ऐसे एक entrepreneurial mindset से देखें किसी को कोई एक ऐसा प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च करता है. सो इज इट अ feasible, इज इट पॉसिबल? सो वो जानना चाहिए.
एक्चुअली पीपल डोंट नो व्हाट एक्चुअली इज बायोएंजाइम.
या.
मालूम ही नहीं है लोगों को. To be honest, I won't recommend anyone to make it out as an opportunity for making out a business, because this kind of product, it needs some precautions. It is a natural product. If like Harpic or Colin, you can supply it in cartoons, and you can, say, if everyone knows about bioenzyme, सबको मालूम है कि bioenzyme है, और सबको एक पल के लिए मान लो कि अक्षय कुमार ही मार्केटिंग कर रहा है bioenzyme
या.
की.
ओके.
तो ये पूरा फ्लोट कर रहा है. एक पल के लिए मान लो दुनिया बदल गई है और सबको बायोएंजाइम चाहिए. बट
हम्म.
दिस प्रोडक्ट इज नॉट दैट मच, नेचुरल प्रोडक्ट्स का ये प्रॉब्लम है कि वो जब धूप लगेगा उसको, वो आप क्राइटेरिया कैसे फुलफिल करो.
या.
उसका
ओके.
कलर टेक्सचर चेंज हो जाएगा, और मतलब काफी सारे फैक्टर्स हैं
या.
जिससे मतलब वो बदल सकता है. और उसका ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि आप सप्लाई कर रहे हो और इसमें दोबारा से गैसेस फॉर्म हो जाए. बिकॉज नेचुरल प्रोडक्ट का टेम्परेचर पे, रेन पे और बाहर के एनवायरनमेंट पे कुछ अफेक्ट होगा ही होगा, ये क्योंकि नेचुरल है. हाँ, इफ इट इज लाइक कॉलिन, उसका पर्टिकुलर एक एफएसएसएआई ने वो दे रखा है, मार्किंग दे रखा है कि इतने से इतना यूज आपने ये केमिकल करना है, ये इतना लेना है, ये इतना लेना है. तो दैट मेक सेंस कि हाँ. और वो झाग बनाएगा इतना, वो बाद में केमिकल पॉल्यूट करेगा. दैट मेक सेंस. हाँ, वो तो हमने अप्रूव कर रखा है, तभी तो वो झाग बन रहा है यमुना में.
या.
बट इस प्रोडक्ट का ना तो कोई वो है कि आपका एनवायरमेंट फ्रेंडली है, इको फ्रेंडली है. सो इट स्मॉल बिजनेस स्केल पे के लिए बहुत अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी है. ठीक है. बट समहाउ डोंट गेट शटर्ड. बट फॉर इफ समवन थिंक्स कि मैं एंटरप्रेन्योर इस बेसिस पे बन जाऊंगा या बन जाऊंगी,
या.
so it is bit difficult. I can't say it is not easy, but it is bit challenging. So there are so many challenges. You have to, provide it particular temperature, a dark place to
या.
store it, and to hand over it to somewhere. If you want to take it as a business kind of, venture out into the business, so you have to think every aspect of making out.
या.
So what you can do, if you are really interested to do, go ahead with this. You just make out in bulk with the required ratio, and then you can give it to your knowns, or you just do a case study for 100 people, or just let their experience write it down, and
या.
based upon that you can float it everywhere in your knowns, or like we are communicating through this media. You can just many people are there, they are just floating out their product. Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Ki. This is something I've heard a lot of people talking about कि हम अगर ये कर सकते हैं तो thanks for talking about that. Now I would like to ask you कि आपको कंपोस्टिंग और बायो एंजाइम के ऊपर जो ये रुचि है या फिर क्यूरियोसिटी कैसे आया? इतना क्यूरियोसिटी क्योंकि लॉट ऑफ पीपल आर स्टिल नॉट अवेयर आउट ऑफ द एंटायर क्राउड. आपको इतना इस चीज में जानने का इच्छा कैसे हुआ?
Actually, it is a long journey. What I would say is it is something like, you can say, it is a soul journey at times, I feel.
Okay.
You get to know some things that you are already interested into it. It is a soul's journey, I would say. In terms of spirituality, we can say, or we can say, अगर हम current scenario को भी देखें, it is a need of the hour, or we can say it is a requirement. हम अपने बच्चों को, आने वाली जनरेशन्स को क्या देकर जाएंगे, दैट इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट.
Yeah.
सो इट इज अपॉन एवरीवन्स प्रेफरेंसेस और चॉइसेस दैट वी मेक. इट
Yeah.
इज नॉट लाइक मैंने कहीं बायोएंजाइम का या उसका वर्कशॉप देख लिया, और many people they come back and they don't even realize what we have learned today. But I thought that I should do something for it, because it is a natural product. And uh, as my journey started in Bangalore, because I went to Uta, from your Tuta workshop there,
Yeah.
people are very crazy about organic there. Uta means chat, घर का छत, and
Actually,
Tuta means
if you don't mind,
हाँ.
could you explain your experience कि आप जब आपने अभी जो बोला कि आपने वर्कशॉप अटेंड किया था, वो वर्कशॉप में जब आप अटेंड किए थे और उसका एक्सपीरियंस, साथ ही बेंगलोर एज अ सिटी, वहां पर जो सस्टेनेबल आउटपुट हो रहा है या फिर सस्टेनेबल मूवमेंट हो रहा है, आई फील लाइक दैट इज अ वेरी रिमार्केबल थिंग इन द एंटायर कंट्री. सो कुड यू एक्सप्लेन अबाउट, थोड़ा सा और जिस्ट दे सकते हैं तो मजा आएगा.
Yeah. Actually, after my marriage, when we went there,
या
तो वहां पे जनरली मेरा फार्म कुछ कुछ पॉट्स वगैरह कुछ कुछ उगाने का इंटरेस्ट तो था ही, कि फार्मिंग बैकग्राउंड से है, तो मुझे लगा कि कुछ धनिया पुदीना तो घर पे ही हो सकता है, वाई टू बाय फ्रॉम आउटसाइड. सो आई जस्ट वेंट टू अ मेला. उटा from your thuta is kind of workshop, or you can say a mela generally, where saplings are exchanged, or like-minded people meet over there, and they just share their ideas and views about terrace gardening. So uta means vegetables. Uta from your thuta. Thuta means terrace. So vegetables from your terrace. So terrace, it was a terrace gardening event, and people just gathered over there, and I just met a masterpiece over there, Miss Vani Murthy.
ऑलराइट.
She's the composting queen these days. And I met her 10 years back, seeing the samples in front of me that this is compost. I don't know what is compost at that time. She just let me know that this is compost and this is how you can make it. This is at home. So I thought अगर मुझे वेजिटेबल्स उगाने हैं तो ये तो बहुत जरूरी है. इसके बिना तो काम नहीं चलेगा. वेजिटेबल्स के लिए तो बहुत जरूरी है. So I thought to start it in my own way. I just get a pot and just started it. And the way she told, it was not a workshop. It was just one-to-one interaction there, because many stalls were there, and it was
या
not a workshop actually. Yeah, though I I have attended workshop later on also,
या
but after first experience was only just a one-to-one, and I have seen the samples and some products over there, and just I came back and just tried doing it at home. So considerably, I thought to make out terracotta pots, simple जो घड़े होते हैं पानी के. Just I bought it from Banashankari there in Bangalore, and there is a pot shop over there, and they have two big ghadas over there. तो उसमें holes करे, खुद से ही drill out करे, and just make it out. It works wonders, and you will see that nothing is waste. It is a good resource, and you can grow vegetables, small loki भी होने लग गया था, सब कुछ हो रहा था.
या
So things were going fine once you started, but the thing is you have to start. So after that, we came across few people over there, those who are exchanging, and we were localizing the things, like local में nearby में friends वगैरह बन गए थे, so that we can share their ideas कि हाँ तुमने क्या लगाया. We can share tomato saplings somehow, because compost में से saplings भी निकल आते हैं.
या बिल्कुल.
So yeah, so that was the seed of my life, that composting and bioenzymes. I came to know later on when we shifted here in Noida. Bioenzymes के बारे में मुझे last year ही मालूम पड़ा है, to be honest. But but yes, it works wonders. Like उसका usage तो बहुत अच्छा है. मतलब कॉलिन वॉलिन सब सेल है. अगर आप एक बार इसको ट्राई आउट करेंगे, एंड इफ यू रियली लाइक इको फ्रेंडली थिंग्स और DIY थिंग्स, it can happen. There is nothing like it can't be possible. Yes.
ऑलराइट. थैंक यू वेरी मच अबाउट टॉकिंग अबाउट योर जर्नी, कि कैसे आपने अडॉप्ट किया कंपोस्टिंग और बायो एंजाइम्स के बारे में. तो वेरी रिसेंटली आपने एक वेबसाइट लॉन्च की है. सो आई वुड लाइक टू नो मोर अबाउट आपके वेबसाइट का मेन मोटो क्या है, एंड व्हाट इज द आइडिया बिहाइंड योर वेबसाइट बेसिकली, एंड व्हाट इज द लॉन्ग टर्म गोल दैट यू आर प्लानिंग टू डू विद योर वेबसाइट.
Actually, for long-term goal, I would say it is just an initiative, not for making out money, or it is not you can say that I have to do a business out of it. I just want to float this idea to the schools particularly, because these younger generations should know what composting is all about. My website is having the details, basically what can be done in societies, or what we can do at individual levels. But the more important thing is we should make our children understand that this should be you can follow it as a your daily habit. Once you are you get the know-how of things that it can be possible. It is not nothing like it is not possible because slowly we start the journey. We can dive into it. It is upon them. अगर उनको मालूम ही नहीं पड़ेगा, they can't do it. लाइक आई सेड बिफोर कि हमें मालूम ही नहीं था। मतलब मुझे अराउंड 24 या 23 की एज में जाके पता लगा कि मुझे कंपोस्ट क्या होता है। और वो भी मुझे लगा कि मैं चली गई वहां पे। अदरवाइज ये आइडिया जो है ये बच्चों को पता होना चाहिए कि ये क्या है, कंपोस्ट क्या है। उनकी क्लासेस में सब टर्म्स हैं। आपने आपने खुद भी पढ़ा होगा, हमारी क्लासेस में भी था, डिकम्पोजिशन टर्म था, फर्मेंटेशन टर्म था।
Yeah,
बट उसका कोई प्रैक्टिकल इम्प्लीमेंटेशन नहीं कहीं भी है। So
absolutely.
they should know. My dream is like every school should have a khamba, a terracotta unit
Yeah,
to
yeah,
make that every class understand that this is the life, how life circle goes on. Because the food that we eat 2 or 3 times a day, आप उसके बाद उसको खाते हैं, उनको ये नहीं मालूम बच्चों को कि ये आता कहाँ से है। They say they banana कहाँ से आता है? They it comes from mall. It comes from भैया, भैया
yeah.
लेकर आते हैं। They don't know the actual source of it. So it is more important to make them understand, and we look forward to it because future goals ये है कि एक इसको एक एनजीओ खड़ा करें और उसके बाद उसको, जैसे साउथ में आपको लगता है कि हाँ वहाँ पे सब लोग कॉन्शियस है सस्टेनेबिलिटी को लेके, ऐसा एक नॉर्थ में कहीं ना कहीं मिसिंग है।
Yeah,
कहीं ना
absolutely.
कहीं नहीं, बहुत ही कुछ मिसिंग है। इट इज अ ह्यूज गैप दैट वी कैन फिल through this idea. So this is the way that we can go ahead with.
Absolutely. Talking about North, वैसे since you are right now residing in North, even I'm also right now in the northern region of the country. तो दिल्ली में ऐसे बहुत सारे जगह हैं जहाँ पर वेस्ट डंप साइट्स हैं, बहुत बड़े बड़े वेस्ट डंप साइट्स हैं. So do you believe
फोर
that?
लैंडफिल्स
हाँ,
फोर
four land.
लैंडफिल्स हैं, और कितने छोटे छोटे डंप यार्ड्स हैं दैट आर यू कांट काउंट।
Exactly. So, do you think अगर हम when we try to incorporate these lifestyle changes, that it will reduce the amount of the waste that is being thrown into dump sites? So, in the larger run or in the long run process,
Yes, yes, because 60% of the waste that we generate
yeah,
is the recyclable at our home only. We can do it. I'm
yeah,
not sending a single piece outside from the moment I met Vani Murthy over there.
okay,
Though there are, though there were some, मेरे साथ भी कुछ limitations थी, because when I had a baby, I can't do everything alone because nobody understands this concept so easily. Even maids and nobody can, do it. So, but the thing is, you can segregate it and you can give it, अलग अलग दे रहे हो अगर आप, तो वो रैक पिकर जो है वो, या जो भी आपके घर में वेस्ट पिकर है,
yeah,
उसका इनफॉर्मल वे में कहीं ना कहीं रिसाइकलिंग हो सकता है। इट कैन बी पॉसिबल, बट इफ यू आर मिक्सिंग इट एंड गिविंग इट, इट इज डिफिकल्ट। सो समहाउ कुछ पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पे मुझे भी एडजस्ट करना पड़ा था हालातों के साथ, और मुझे भी अलग अलग करके देना पड़ा था।
yeah,
मेरी इच्छा नहीं थी, बट द सर्कमस्टेंसेस वर लाइक दैट। तो उसके बाद जब आपको एक बार आप एक बैच बना लेते हो ना, तो उसके बाद आपका मन नहीं करता कि ये इसको बाहर भेजो, बिकॉज इट इज अ वेरी ब्यूटीफुल रिसोर्स।
yeah,
और चाहे कुछ भी चैलेंजेस आए, यू विल फील समथिंग कि हाँ वो चीज मिसिंग है। नाउ इफ यू सी दैट अगर हम घर घर में ये चीज कर सके, इट इज लाइक क्वाइट डिफिकल्ट आई वुड से एंड चैलेंजिंग। अभी लोगों को मालूम ही नहीं है कि कंपोस्ट क्या है। नॉर्थ में तो आप सोचोगे कि ये कचरा घर में क्यों रख रहे हैं। इट इज इट इज लाइक तुम म्युनिसिपैलिटी को पैसे नहीं देते क्या, तुमने वो क्यों वहां पे आते नहीं क्या। एक ऐसे कोई हमारे नोन थे, मैंने कहा कि ये ऐसे हो सकता है, तो वो बोले कि क्यों तुम्हारे वहां म्युनिसिपैलिटी नहीं आती, तुम क्यों नहीं देते उसको। तो मैंने कहा नहीं, वो आती है, मुझे पता है म्युनिसिपैलिटी ने वो कचरे के पहाड़ बना रखे हैं, उसका कोई पर्पस नहीं सॉल्व हो रहा है म्युनिसिपैलिटी खड़े होने का।
yeah,
सो लाइकवाइज अगर हम देखें, अगर हम अपने दादी नानी के टाइम पे जाएं, 2 जनरेशन बैक जाएं, वहां पे ना तो ये वेस्ट माउंटेन्स थे, क्योंकि सबके घर में पीछे गड्ढा होता था एक।
हाँ, हाँ,
कहीं ना कहीं गाँव में तो होता ही होता था। वो कभी भी छिलके और वो सब कुछ ऐसा काला पॉलिथीन में ऐसे नहीं दिया करते थे किसी को, ना म्युनिसिपैलिटी होती थी। फिर भी कचरे के पहाड़ नहीं थे। तो यहाँ तो म्युनिसिपैलिटी भी है, सब कुछ अवेलेबल है, फिर भी ये माउंटेन्स ऑफ गार्बेज है। सो पीपल हैव टू थिंक ओवर इट कि ये बट वेयर दे आर हेडिंग टू। किसी पे डिपेंड रहना, इट इज नॉट यू नो द सॉल्यूशन।
Yeah.
वी हैव टू डू आवर बिट। आई नो इट इज अ बिट, ये बिल्कुल एक ऊंट के मुंह में जीरा जैसा होगा अगर मैं छिलके नहीं भेज रही बाहर, बट इट मेक्स सेंस बिकॉज आई फील दैट आई कैन इन्फ्लुएंस अदर्स, दैट्स व्हाट आई कैन डू इफ आई एम डूइंग इट। मैं नहीं करूंगी तो कौन करेगा फिर ऐसा फील होता है। सो इट आई वुड रिकमेंड एवरीवन शुड एटलीस्ट स्टार्ट इट फॉर 1 week, for 2 weeks, and then later on they can plan out for a proper terracotta bins. There are many vendors who can provide you information. वो घर आके सब सॉल्यूशंस भी देते हैं, टेरेस गार्डन भी सब सेटअप करते हैं। मतलब अपॉर्चुनिटीज क्या, कन्वीनियंस बहुत है आज की डेट में, बट लोग है कि स्टार्ट ही नहीं करना चाहते। इफ यू आर नॉट स्टार्टिंग इट, देन हाउ यू कैन नो इट। यू हैव टू टेक अ स्टार्ट, कहीं से भी करो तो स्टार्ट होना उसका बहुत जरूरी है। यस।
Uh, Thank you very much, ma'am. I really had a very insightful session and I could learn a lot of things. Unfortunately, हमारे अभी टाइम बहुत एकदम neck to neck चल रही है. So
यस यस यस, आई कैन
I would
अंडरस्टैंड।
just like to ask you for the closing remarks कि आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे जो जो audience है कि क्या किया जा सकता है. तो yeah,
Yes, yes. I think including, excluding me, there are three audience,
all right.
right?
हाँ हाँ
I don't know whether they are composting or not. I would
हाँ.
like to know from them if they are composting or not.
So Jannat, are you composting or Rishi, are you composting? To be honest, I am not composting as of now. I'm planning to do it
Okay,
from now since I'm getting really inspired from you. So yeah,
thank you so much. Okay,
Honestly,
I
after
would
today,
like
I
to.
would like to.
Sorry.
she would also like to. She's not in
After
composting.
today, I would really like to do it. I should start it.
Yes, yes, yes. And one other host
Rishi,
is there, Rishi.
yeah.
Yes, hi. I'm there. Hi.
So the question is, do you segregate your waste and try to compost it or make bioenzymes something like that?
Uh, I do segregate my waste and
Right.
I try to I mean wet waste and dry waste and again like but I'm still in the process of it. I'm
Okay.
still I would say 10% down the line,
Okay.
but I got to learn so much from today's session, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. My pleasure. ओके मैम, मेरा सेशन करने का ये मकसद पूरा हो जाएगा अगर चार लोग भी, आप 3 लोग भी है एक्सक्लूडिंग
हाँ,
मी, वो कंपोस्टिंग 1 हफ्ते के लिए स्टार्ट
yeah.
कीजिए, लाइक गो टुवर्ड्स इट। देखिए क्या हो रहा है प्रोसेस में। 40 days का ये प्रोसेस होता है। इफ यू हैव cow dung available with you, it can cover up in 40 days. You can get your first batch after it. So just go ahead with this. For start with the simple terracotta pots,
Yeah.
and these are the remarks I would say. Just start it. Once you dive into it, I know you won't get back. कि आपने कचरा अलग, आपका मन नहीं करेगा भेजने का।
Yeah.
It is no longer a difficult task left once you dive into it. Start होना बहुत जरूरी है. That's what I want to say. अगर स्टार्ट ही नहीं होगा तो वो सोचते रहना है कि करेंगे कब, नहीं करेंगे तो वो तो कभी भी नहीं आएगा।
Exactly.
एनीवेज, जो भी आपका स्टार्ट, एक बार एक बैच बन जाता है, उसके बाद जब आप बनाते रहते हैं बैचेस, अगर आप बनाएंगे उसके बाद बाय अ टेराकोटा पॉट, देयर आर डिफरेंट वेंडर्स, इफ यू सर्च इट ऑनलाइन, इट बिकम्स अ पार्ट ऑफ योर लाइफ। यू डोंट फील कि आपको इसको इतना टाइम देने को लगा है।
Yeah.
इट इज एज सिंपल एज ब्रशिंग योर टीथ। यू डोंट थिंक कि हाँ मेरे को ब्रश करने के लिए आधा घंटा लगता है, 15 मिनट लगता है, कितना लगता है, कितना नहीं।
Yeah.
आप बस फिर उसके बाद क्या करेंगे, किचन का वो जाएंगे अपने टेराकोटा बिन में डालेंगे, थोड़ा सा ऊपर से ड्राई डालेंगे, दैट्स इट।
All right.
नथिंग इज सो मच। हाँ, थोड़ा सा तो एक बार आदत में आएगा, देन इट विल कम कम बिकम्स अ हैबिट। थोड़ा सा हैबिट चेंज करने के लिए किसी का भी 21 दिन लगते हैं। थोड़ा सा कंफर्ट जोन से बाहर निकलने का और उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करने का ग्राउंड पे, प्रैक्टिकली डूइंग थिंग्स, इट इज डिफरेंट, एंड टॉकिंग ऑन द थिंग टॉपिक इज डिफरेंट। So just start it. That's what I want to say. Yeah, thanks.
थैंक यू वेरी मच मैम, बहुत अच्छा लगा आपसे बात करके, कंपोस्टिंग के ऊपर बात करके, बायोएंजाइम्स के ऊपर बात करके, एंड एज अ होल अबाउट सोसाइटी कैसे वी कुड क्रिएट चेंज. एंड आई प्रॉमिस यू आई विल श्योरली ट्राई माय बेस्ट कि मैं ये इनिशिएटिव लूं, एंड जनरल आई फील शी विल
Yes,
आल्सो
yes.
टेक फॉरवर्ड दिस
I
इनिशिएटिव.
would like to see your photos of your first batch. तो
एब्सोल्युटली,
मेरा यहाँ बैठना सफल हो जाएगा एक दिन.
absolutely, surely I'll send you pictures once my first batch is ready. So yeah, thank you again, ma'am. So thank you everyone for joining us today. I hope you also had a very insightful session on composting and bioenzymes. See you next maybe few days. I don't know. Let's see again. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.